1, 2, 3. See?
Yeah.
That's why we're practicing.
Right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, Kayla, when we were together last, you had a little homework to do, and it seems you've done a lot of homework and made some decisions.
Yes.
So I see a holster and a bunch of belts. So that held true with your prediction that you made back then.
Right.
That we would, in fact, have a lot of stylish belts. And it looks like, from what I can quickly gather, that they are actually made for carry systems. Excellent choice there. So why don't you tell me about your shopping spree?
Okay. So with my research, I first almost automatically it popped up the We the People holsters. So I decided to start there. They have a lot of different products to choose from. In addition to holsters, they had belts. So I figured why not go with that too, you know, at the same place. In regards to the holster, I decided I want to try appendix carry.
Okay, fair enough.
So all you have to do once you go to their website is you just type in what your firearm is, and it will pop up the holsters that they have available for that firearm. And then there's a bunch of different color schemes that you can choose from, which was nice. You know?
Very common, yep.
Yep, but they also had accessories for the holster. One of them, as you're checking out, it says, "Are you sure you don't want this?" Well, this is a claw or wing or whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to help minimize printing, which that's the whole purpose why I chose appendix carry to begin with, so I figured why not. Also, it's less than $20, so I didn't feel like I was wasting too much money if it didn't work out for me.
Right. Have you worn it at all? Did it work?
Yes, yeah, I have worn it. I feel like it does hide well.
Okay, good.
So I'm excited to actually
Hugely important.
use it and try
and
it.
Comfort level was okay?
Yeah, it's not bad at all, but it depends on how long I'm wearing it. When I tried it, I didn't wear it all day type of thing.
Yeah, it will. That's always a factor, whether you're up and down a lot matters as well. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Like you said, down the road, if it doesn't work, we can switch to something else. But appendix is very, very popular, so off we go.
Right. And then going to the belts, I wanted to try something that was more slim, you know, just for my body type, that wouldn't protrude out of my shirt, you know.
Right, I got you, yep,
okay.
For sure.
So I first started with this one right here, and it's called like Raven Low Profile or Slimline. I read all the reviews to try to figure out what would be the best size for me, and I'm always in between sizes. And everything that I read, whether it's I'm reading the description of the product itself or all of the reviews, it says, if you're in between, go up. So that's exactly what I did.
Sound advice.
And it was a little bit too big for me.
Maybe not so.
Right,
See, okay.
So I decided, okay, I do have a husband at home that loves belts as well. And he's like, let me try it. And he tried it on, he loved it. It fit him just perfect. I'm
so
like,
not a wasted purchase.
Not a wasted purchase, but then I'm like, I want one. So I decided to go back on We the People, and they were running a sale. The reason why I didn't go with, this is the Talon buckle, which it's metal. The reason I didn't go with that to begin with at first is because of the price point, but I waited a little bit, and it was about the same exact price as the Raven. So I went in with a medium, so I just went down, and it fits perfect.
So you've done well in that one, quality gear, quality belts. It doesn't do any good to have a quality holster without a quality belt.
Correct.
Holster holds the gun, the belt holds the holster. So we're heading the right direction for sure. And this looks like fashion show, but is actually a gun belt.
It is.
Perfect.
Yes. So the reason why I went ahead and purchased this, it's supposed to be a steel core dress belt.
Okay.
But it holds very, very well. The holster clips on it just perfect. And it just looks like a normal belt.
Yeah, right. So, it doesn't look like you're some sort of tactical ranger out. Gotcha.
Exactly. And the main reason why I decided I need a second one besides this one right here is because this one, although it is extremely sturdy, I mean, I don't see destroying this at all. It's very difficult to get on and off and go through the belt loops.
Not fun.
Right.
Also, until they break in, this is not fun.
Yeah.
The edges are a bit sharp.
Yep.
So
and
comfort.
I did find that digging into my hips just a little bit. With how much I was wearing it. But this one right here, went ahead and it's a Bigfoot gun belt, gunbelts.com. But you can go there and they have a whole bunch of different leather steel core belts.
So,
Yes.
this little guy.
So yes, the third belt, I went ahead and purchased this one because it's even more low profile, it's skinnier. I do wear dress pants here and there at work or any type of meeting, so I wanted to make sure that if I had dress pants that had belt loops, and that I had a belt that would look well, good with it. And also, it's pretty sturdy. I've put the holster on it. The only
Definitely designed for everyday carry.
It is, yes. Right. They have thicker ones as well.
Okay.
And this is at Groove Life. It's the same website that I get my rings at.
Okay.
So figured why not?
Your holster.
Yes.
Specifically designed for the Equalizer. That's important. If we would have shown up with a universal holster, we would have probably had to stop.
Okay.
Because all those do is accept multiple types of guns. And they will typically rattle around in the holster. And you never know, believe it or not, when the gun's going to go off in the holster when you make some unusual movement. It doesn't happen a lot, for sure. But you did absolutely correct by buying one specifically designed for your gun. Universal holsters, not fun. Have you noticed when you put the gun in the holster, you almost hear and have a positive click?
Yes.
It's like a dunk. And when it's released, the same thing, right? That's good. So we need to pay attention to that as we continue to train, because if we don't hear that and we don't feel that, then something's radically wrong.
Okay.
You also have to tune your brain into what the gun feels like when it's going in and out of the holster unobstructed. Critically important for appendix carry, because if your garment gets twisted up and then gets in the trigger pack and you shove down, that gun's going to go off. It would be less likely because you have a grip safety, but still can happen. Okay, so that in and out with the holster is a print on your brain of what's normal and what's not. Normal, not. As soon as it's not, you need to be paying attention.
Okay.
Should be looking anyway, right? But that is a very, very good thing that it makes a positive click when the gun is in and out.
Yep. And another thing that I was looking at is this holster right here. If I decide at some point I want to put an optic on my firearm, it looks like it's cut for it.
Yes, and they should tell you that when you order it.
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
So we haven't talked about optics yet, but you might as well keep your options open.
Right. With my eyesight, it's something that I'm interested in.
Perfect.
In trying.
Maybe by the end of the day, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So let's do this. Let's take a little break, and you get your system together, leave the gun as it is, and get holster on, garment, and everything we're going to try to train with, okay? Because what we're going to do next is go over a sort of numerical process on how we go from this to gun on target.
Got it.
So, Kayla, here we go. We're at the point where we're going to actually practice with an empty gun, of course, clearing some concealment, getting rid of the garment, meaning, and then getting hand on the gun, getting gun out into a position of, say here, compress ready, and then present it onto the target. Okay. Now, the easiest way to do this, and you can see this all day long on other internet channels, is to break it down by the numbers. Okay, so we can never carry the gun concealed unless we can get rid of the concealment efficiently, right? Now, the thing you have to keep in mind when you do that is you cannot casually clear a garment. Picture you need the gun in a hurry. That means we have to be aggressive with our clothes.
Okay.
And the easiest way to do this, if I'm going to play the part of you, okay, and this will be my right hand, the first thing that happens is when you get the stimulus of go, is you want to take your left hand and aggressively grab the bottom of your garment and lift it as high and as forcefully as you can. Okay? Believe it or not, like chin high with your hand. And you'll notice this opens all of this up.
Right.
Okay? So let's just assume that this is number one.
Okay.
Okay? And we're almost going to try to punch ourselves with the back of the hand. But we have to grab it, and we have to grab a lot of it. You also have to be careful that you grab it in the right spot. See the problem?
Yeah.
Okay? It sounds simple, but when you're in a hurry, you wouldn't believe the mistakes you make.
Right.
When you learn to do this, I'm sure a lot of our viewers are chuckling right now because you get everything but what you want. Okay? And that's just part of the process. So, right down in front, right where the gun is, we're going to grab the most garment and we're going to lift high for one. Okay? Number two is our hand with a full firm firing grip goes on the correct spot of the back of the gun and jams down hard for 2.
Got it.
Okay? As we're lifting the gun out, we let the garment go and we sort of catch the gun with both hands at the spot where you would typically clap. This is number 3.
Okay.
Number 4, our hands go straight forward as we present the gun onto the target, and once we get the sights lined up, the gun goes off.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That's simple. All right?
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to do it all at the same time. We're just going to do 1 for a while, and then 2, hand on gun hard. And trust me, you can't really think about it like this. We're not trying to unholster the gun or grab the gun. We're trying to snatch it out of the holster. Think snatch it out of the holster.
Okay.
Right? Did you ever get snatched up as a kid by your mama? I got that a lot, and that's what we're talking about. It's you don't know what's coming, and it's fast and aggressive, right? Snatched right out of the holster.
Okay.
Okay?
Got
Makes
it.
sense? Some people even call it a snatch draw because of that. Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead. I'm going to verify for everybody at home the gun's empty. We're going to leave the magazine out of it.
Okay.
Okay, but you know, on second thought, let's not, so that you have a much more pronounced handle to grab when you first get started. Okay, empty gun?
Yep.
Here you go.
Okay.
Excellent. So go ahead and take a half a step back for me. Good.
Okay.
Okay? Whenever you're ready, all I'm going to do is just say 1, and you're going to snatch that garment up way up high.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
1. Perfect. Okay, go back down.
Okay.
1. Perfect. Now we're going to go 1, 2, and your hand, thumb, correct, right? This is going to take a little bit of practice.
Right.
You're not going to be an expert today. Hand on gun firm. Okay? You ready?
Yep.
We're going to do 1 and 2, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2. Okay?
Yep.
Happens, sore
It does.
thumb, right? And this is exactly why this needs to be practiced over and over and over and over and over until you just are sick of it.
Okay.
But eventually the light bulb will come on and you'll be like, hey.
Right.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
1 and 2. Here we go. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2. Good. Perfect. One more time. 1, 2. Excellent. Now, once we got that figured out, what we're going to do for 3 is bring the gun out, finger off. Not like that.
Okay.
Okay? Because that could inadvertently set the gun off.
Right.
So we want to go down, out. Okay? Make sense?
That's where you want me to put my hands together.
Compressed, full
Okay.
firm firing grip with 2 hands.
Okay.
When we're here, we're ready with our complete grip.
Okay.
Finger off.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as we train faster and faster and you want to present the gun onto the target faster and faster, believe it or not, you hear this all the time. People say they always go like this and they always go like this. But if you watch them in slow-mo, when they're really trying to go fast, this is what they do. Guns out and they catch it farther away from their body. They say they don't, but they do.
Right.
But for now, we're just going to be uptight and then we're out every time.
Okay.
Okay? We're not caring about speed. We're caring about safety and economy of movement and trying to find an efficient draw stroke. Now, one of the things you have to keep in mind is don't move around a lot. You see people when they're trying to go quick, they go like that, or they dip a shoulder, or they do some weird thing because they think it makes them go faster, right? Be real calm, linear, no wasted motion, okay?
Okay.
The gun comes straight up and straight out every time,
Got it.
okay? Okay, Kayla, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and the gun will meet here,
Okay.
full firm firing grip, and then we'll present it onto the target for 4, okay?
Okay.
So we're just going to do a couple of reps of 1, 2, 3. You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. See?
Yeah.
That's why we're practicing.
Right.
Now, that's going to happen. What makes it stop happening is better timing with your hands, right?
Okay.
So we'll go back to the holster for me, please.
Yep.
Good. Perfect. You're looking good. Now, when we reholster the gun, lean slightly back more
Okay.
so you can get a really good look. Right? You looked, and there it went, but we need to be way back and make sure our garment's very, very, very clear.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So here we go. Ready again. 1, 2, and 3. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Good. That's perfect.
But my finger went directly to the trigger.
Oh boy. See,
Yeah.
that's one of the other things we want to avoid,
Yes.
right? So that's why we're practicing.
Okay.
Now, stay right there at 3. All you're going to do is pop your hands out, try to find the sights for 4. Okay? Good. Now, as our skills develop, but maybe not right now, When your hands are going forward, we're going to prep the trigger by finding the wall.
Okay.
But that's a few sessions away.
Got it.
Because we want to be ready as soon as the gun stops its forward motion. In times of emergency, the gun's going to go off. Because our sights are lined up, we've made the decision to shoot the gun, and as soon as our hands stop, the gun goes boom.
Okay.
Make sense? So get back to the holstered position for me. Go ahead and holster up. Look, lean back. Excellent. Okay? This time we're going to do the whole way through.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay?
Got it.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay? Now, just for a couple of reps on your own, you're going to do the whole thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to get at different angles so I can see what's going on. And you just do it on your own. Okay? Your own stimulus of go. Good. Looks good. Okay. I'm going to get behind and see if there's any wonky motion going on. Okay.
Okay.
Nicely done. Okay. Good. Lean back. See it? Perfect.
Yep. I've noticed
Go ahead.
one thing is that when I go down and I'm grabbing my firearm and when I bring it up here, I notice that this part of my hand isn't all the way up where I want it to be.
Right. So when we jam the gun, the hand goes down. It's not where it needs to be from the start.
Yeah.
Okay. And once you're in motion, it's hard to correct. You noticing?
Yes.
If you start off bad, you end bad.
Right.
Until you take that pause somewhere to fix it. Whether it's here or whether it's at 3 or 4, that's the only 2 places to fix it, right? When you start off bad. Now, believe it or not, what's going to help that is you more aggressively get your hand on the gun.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So picture what we're going to do as we train, and we're getting the mechanics of this down, is we're going to try to get your hand to go faster and faster by slowing down. Stop thinking about quick and just make it happen. Boom.
Okay.
Economy of movement. Okay? If you think fast, you're wonky.
Right.
You're on the back of the handle, something happens with the garment, on and on. So to speed up, sometimes you have to slow down. Okay, but just consciously think about smooth and getting on it with more intensity.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
We're going to try it one more time. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you when to go this time, okay?
Okay.
Ready? Go. Good. Okay, now go back to the holstered position, please, carefully, slowly. Good. Perfect. Now this time, Kayla, at number 2, when you put your hand on the gun, I want to hear your hand hit the holster and the gun.
Okay.
Okay? Audible clunk when your hand goes on it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 1, 2. And look at your hand. Are you on the spot?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
If we're about to get into a gunfight, we got to move, right?
Right.
There's nothing casual about this, but we got to do it so that we don't make mistakes and we're all over the gun or potentially throw it to the bad guy because we're in such a hurry.
Okay.
Right? Quick. Slap. Snatch.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
You ready? One more time. And we're going to go all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready?
Okay.
Go. Didn't hear it.
Nope, I didn't hear it either.
Okay? And look at your hand.
Yep.
It's off, right?
Yeah.
Bang. So, Kayla, for the first time in your life, we're going to pull a live gun out of your holster.
Okay.
We're going to present it onto the target, just a piece of steel. It's out there about 6, 7 yards, whatever. As soon as you get an acceptable sight picture, which is somewhere in the middle,
Right.
we're not worried about right now like cutting the X-ring out. Acceptable sight picture, we're going to work the trigger.
Okay.
Okay? Now, just to kind of give you an idea of how you're doing, I'm going to put the shot timer on. We don't care. We need to be safe and deliberate. It's just really a reference point for how your draw is going.
Okay.
Now, from concealment at this range, 2 to 2.5 seconds is probably pretty normal. And for a lot of people, that might be fast. We don't care about fast right now. Safe first, and then that economy of movement. Make sense?
Yes.
So, remember, 2, 2.5, but be careful, finger off, and just apply what you've been practicing all afternoon because we've been out here a long time.
Okay.
Trying to get all this down, right?
Right.
Dozens and dozens, almost hundreds of times we've been doing this. So now we're going to do it live.
Okay.
The only thing that changes is now your brain's connected the dots to, holy crap, this is a loaded gun.
That's
right?
exactly what's going through my
And
mind.
these are not processes. This is why we're doing it here. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a normal process. Just be careful and deliberate, and don't worry about setting speed records. Just be smooth.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same thing.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of your way. Good. Your mind right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we're doing.
Okay.
You ready? On the beat.
And I'm shooting.
Yep, you're actually going to discharge the gun.
Going to discharge.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when we reholster, we're going to come back to the compressed ready and carefully, slowly look the gun into the holster.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
You ready?
Yep.
On the beat. Excellent. Finger off. Good. Now garment. Look the holster in. The gun into the holster. Perfect. So that's a bullseye.
Yeah.
And 2.12.
Great.
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So all of that deliberate mechanical dry fire practice actually works.
Yeah.
Okay? That's totally acceptable from concealment, okay? For the amount of time we've been doing this, which is exactly one afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get over here, look at some more stuff.
Okay.
And every time you hear the beep, you're going to go through your draw stroke and discharge the gun.
Okay.
You ready? Here we go. Excellent shot again. 2.5. Good. Nice look into the holster. Lean back. Safely put the gun away.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. On the beat. Good. We kind of pushed that shot with the trigger, but that's okay.
Yeah, we
nice
did.
back.
Yep.
Garment.
Okay.
And we look. Gun goes away. All right. You ready? That was 2.43.
Okay.
Okay. Couple more times. Here we go. Good. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you shoot the shots that are now drifting low left, does it seem like it's going to be low left, or is it kind of a surprise to you?
I mean, where my hand is on the actual firearm, I feel like I'm down a little bit lower, so
Sure.
I might not be punching.
So it might, yeah, that's okay, but the grip might be the causation of that.
It could be, yes.
Okay, so those
Yep.
are acceptable hits. Okay, so go ahead and carefully look the gun back in. Okay, now this time, while we're presented onto the target, I want you to try either from here, if your hands aren't correct, or while they're here to fix that issue with your grip.
Okay.
And then we break the shot.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
So we started off perfect, and now things are working away, which is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, but we want to stop it
Okay.
and make it correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So one more time for me. On the beat. And look at that. Perfect. That was 2.99.
Yeah,
and
I
guess
took my
what I
time
do?
there.
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead and let the gun down for me. Awesome. So we can get rid of our hearing protection. Eye protection for you as well. So, Kayla, in one afternoon, we went from not ever carrying the gun live with one in the pipe and never doing anything with it, manual of arms or manipulation-wise, to 3 of them on the X in a very, very acceptable time frame.
Right.
Okay.
And this was the first time I've ever fired a steel target. So that
Right,
was fun.
and that's kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Makes an audible little ding. It's kind of fun to train with. But remember, over and over and over, you can't take tomorrow off. You can't take the next day off. Whatever time you have to safely, I know it's tough, kids, work, whatever.
Right.
You need to do this every day for a long time.
Okay.
I noticed you were doing this number with your shirt, and that's
Yes.
perfectly acceptable. It's out of the way. It's quick. A lot of people teach and train it, right? And less could go wrong theoretically, so this is fine. What are we trying to do? Get this out of our way so we can use this. Because this is not useful in the holster.
Right.
And we need to go from useless to useful as quickly as possible. Okay? So out is good. I don't care how it's happening, as long as it's out of your way and you can get hand on gun, up safe, out to the target.
I felt like with all the repetitions that I was doing that this and then this, I just felt like doing it this way was more natural.
Perfect.
And it kind of compressed my clothing closer to my body.
Yep. And we need it out of the way.
Right.
Okay, and one of the reasons why appendix carry has its advantages, picture I'm trying to hip carry and I have a sweatshirt and the handle of that gun goes clear out the back, and unless you go clear out here and do something weird, it's completely slow. And a bunch of the times the sweatshirt snags the back of the gun and grabs the handle. So you use a shirt to flop it open, but it totally changes your wardrobe. Okay, appendix carry fixes all of that because if whatever's hanging, you just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay? So you did great. I'm totally happy with how this went. Okay? You did good in one afternoon. Solid, right? Ready to carry the gun in public? Maybe perhaps not right now, but we're working on it.
Yes.
The steps are there, you're safe and confident, and the speed is definitely way quicker than you would expect for right now. Okay, you did good. You had a solid afternoon of nothing but repetitive drill after drill after drill after drill. So here's the problem. You don't get to take tomorrow off. You don't have to actually live fire the gun, but you do have to empty the gun out safely, dry fire. You said you did the homework on that.
Yes.
And actually practice your draw presentation every day.
Okay.
For a while. Weeks. So it just becomes like second nature.
Right.
Okay? The effect we're going for is if I were to hand you your hairbrush and a blindfold, you could not see and comb your hair and not whack yourself with a hairbrush, right?
Right.
That's rote behavior.
Okay.
That's your brain being aware of where it all is going on while you're doing this, and you just kind of do it on autopilot, right? People drive cars on autopilot. You ever been driving down the road and can't figure out how you got in the lane you're in?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, right? So this is kind of the same sort of mental process that we're going for, is it happens so naturally, it's almost without thought.
Okay.
And the only way we get there is every day for a few minutes. I know it's tough, work, kids, whatever. 10 or 15 minutes of good, solid, controlled dry fire presentations.
Right. Well, being a busy mom or busy parent, me going to the shooting range every single day, it's impossible.
It's expensive. You can't get there.
Right.
But you can do it at home.
Okay.
And your best chance to improve as a shooter is at home with an empty gun, no doubt.
Just make it my nightly routine.
You got it. For right now, that is absolutely your best way to improve.
Okay.
Kayla, for the next video, you talked about optics and your holster was cut for it.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Now, one of the things we need to do as we progress is figure out whether you're going to be a red dot optic person or whether you're not. The quicker we make that conversion, the easier that it's going to be.
Okay.
So, which is to say, some people will tell you if you shot 10,000 rounds with iron sights, it's going to take you 10,001 with the dot to figure it out.
Wow.
It's a thing, okay? But I can tell you, as you age, your eyes won't get better, and the dot solves a lot of problems. It creates some, like anything else, but it can be an option for you, and I think you're going to find that you're likely going to like it just based on your vision alone. Okay?
Yeah.
Sound good? So next time, we'll see if optics are your bag, and we'll go from there. Okay?
I'm
You did
excited to try.
really good. Okay?
Thank you.
Seriously, really good. Okay? We'll see you guys next time shooting some red dot.